Welcome to my very first YouTube video. Congratulations, this is number 1. We'll see what happens as things progress from this point. Hopefully it will do well. So today our topic is going to be about the automatic function on your camera. Normally it's some sort of green indicator that's on the dial. This is a 10-year-old Nikon D3200. And on the top it has a green camera. It says auto function. And when this camera is in the auto function, it does some pretty amazing things. You can also click it over to guide and it will show you some of the things, some of the options that are available to you on this automatic function. So we'll scroll through a couple of these. There's portraits. The automatic will set you up to do portraits, and then it'll give you a description on what exactly it's going to do to make that portrait happen. Night portraits, landscapes, moving subjects. This one's a little eerie to me. Sleeping faces, suppress lights and sounds. Take pictures of people when they're sleeping. Okay. And close-ups. There's a huge amount of options for the automatic features on cameras. And you have to understand the process that's used to get that image. It comes through the lens and it goes onto a sensor. And once it's at the sensor, this processor, this huge brain inside your camera, processes that information to do everything that it feels needs to be done to that photograph. It's a wonderful, wonderful feature. Does it work 100% of the time? Of course not. Do you still need to know the basics of photography? Do you still need to know your ISO, your aperture, and your shutter speed? You definitely do. There's going to be times where you need to know exactly how things work so you can get the imagery you want. Now, the auto feature does a lot of wonderful things, but sometimes it can get in your way. Here's an example of that. Okay, here's an example of how being an automatic can sometimes cause you problems. Now, we have this image of the tiger lying down, and if you look very closely, the wire has got really great detail, but the tiger does not. So the auto function of the camera picked up the wire, and then we lost our detail on the tiger. If you go to the next image, we have the opposite that is happening. We see that the wire is a little bit out of focus. We've lost our detail, but we've got really good detail on the tiger now. That's the shot that we wanted. Now that's very hard to see when you're looking through that tiny little viewfinder on the camera, or even the live view on the camera. You have to be very careful about where those focus points are going, or your image will not be crisp and clear as you may like. So use the automatic feature on your camera as a tool. It can be very handy. The last thing you want to happen is feel like to be a professional, you have to use the manual or aperture priority modes, because that's what the professionals use. I'm shooting this video right now, and as much as I like the automatic functions, when it comes to video editing, it can cause some problems. So I'm shooting in manual mode. I know it's against topic, but at certain times you need to use everything that's available for your camera to get the imagery that you are expecting. Now, once again, you have to understand where that imagery is coming from. It's not coming from all the lighting that you have set up and all the sound systems you have set up and all the equipment that you've got. The imagery is here. And this can also cause problems because you have an idea of what you want the image to look like. And that's very important that you have a plan going in. But sometimes this can happen. You can go in and look at the images that your camera created and go, that's not what I had in mind. What happened? Sometimes you have to set yourself away a little bit and look at the viewfinder or the live view or whichever you have to viewing your photography and say, hey, that's what I'm getting. Sometimes there's a disconnect between the idea of what you're looking for and what you're actually getting. Now, does automatic affect this in any way, shape, or form? Automatic is just a tool, but automatic is a wonderful tool. If you're in a hurry and a situation comes up where you need to get a shot and you don't have time to sit and get all the buttons lined up and all the speeds and all that. You don't have time. Put it in that automatic mode. Get that imagery. Get that shot. That's very important. Am I saying that only professionals use manual and aperture priority and these other things? No, they use the auto function too. There's situations where you need to get the shot. That's what's important, getting the shot. All the science behind it and all the other things that come along will eventually help. But the most important thing is get the shot, get the video, get the picture. There's times where you'll see imagery where it's wonderful and you look at it and you think that's great, but there's things wrong with it. The f-stop wasn't exactly right. That's not what's important. The image was caught. A lot of photographers will tell you that some of their best photography is what they call accidental photography, or this happened and I caught the image even though this wasn't set up and this wasn't planned. Use the automatic function. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool. And while you're learning all of these other things, keep in mind that you have that available to you. You don't want to get back and start doing your photo editing and see problems because you didn't have all the little details set exactly right. Enjoy doing your photography. Enjoy capturing that imagery. Enjoy your videography and have something wonderful when you come back to show to others and be proud of. Once again, thanks a lot for stopping by. I hope that you found this informative, and I hope that you look for other ones because I plan to make some more and we'll just see what happens. Thanks a lot. Enjoy the rest of your day.